What is up, guys? And Madden 19 is right around the corner. And as most of you guys know, I did pre-order the game, so I will be getting a few bonuses to help me get a head start in Madden 19. And if you did not pre-order the game, the rookie premier cards are obviously your best way to get a huge head start in Madden 19. And after I sold my entire team and bought as many of those rookie premier players as I could, I was only able to get 5. So out of 10 players, I had to choose the 5 that I decided to go with. I'm going to let you know who I chose and why. The first one was Darnold. I skipped him because for 2 reasons. Number one, I just don't see it. I think that if he was in Cleveland, I think he might have had a better shot. That's just my opinion. And 2, I am a bit biased, of course. I am a huge Dolphins fan, as most of you guys know. The Jets are in our division. If he does good, that's bad for us. So, it's a half and half type of thing. I don't want him to be good, but like I said, that's just the biased part of me. I did, of course, go with Barkley. I'm pretty sure most people, Barkley was their first choice, just because he has the highest upside. If he has a great season, like I'm sure he will, he could have a Leonard Fournette type of season, just blow everybody away. Of course, the Giants are going to lean heavy on him. Eli Manning is going to lean on him. So if he's as good as advertised, he should have plenty of cards down the road in Madden 19. The next person I went with, technically the third person I went with, was Ridley, because he does have Julio Jones on that same team. Julio Jones is going to be targeted a lot. We know that every team is going to show Jones a lot of attention, which means Ridley is going to have a lot of opportunities to get open and shine. So if he also is as good as advertised, he should have at least one game where he just shines bright and gets a very nice card. And most people passed on Hurst. The people who had to cut down, of course, yes, if you can get all 10, get all 10. You got nothing to lose. But if you got to make certain choices, I just don't see it happening with Hurst. I'm not rooting against him. I just don't see it. But that's just my opinion. I know a lot of people feel the same way. And with Nelson, I feel he is going to be a great football player. I know he's going to have a long career, but I just don't see him getting that many cards, and that's the only reason I skipped him. After I chose Barkley, Chubb was the second one I bought right away, because the same reason I went with Ridley. He does have a good complement next to him, which is Von Miller. Well, not technically next to him, but you know what I mean. Miller is going to get a lot of attention, just like Julio Jones will. That should leave Chubb open to a lot of one-on-ones, and he should shine bright. And if he does good, he'll have a lot of one-on-ones, and he'll get a lot of sacks. And he also might have that 1 or 2 games where he just shines and gets a very nice card, which will pay very good down the road. Now, Van Der Esch, I don't know what it is. I really can't describe it. I don't know why I feel like he's not going to do great. I know they got Sean Lee on the team. I know he could learn a lot from him. I think he'll have a good career, but I just don't see him having that great career. I don't know what it is. Let me know, guys. What do you guys think about Van Der Esch? Is it just me? Maybe, to be fair, it could just be me, but I just don't see it. I don't know why that is. And Roquan Smith, I was torn. When I had that one card left to choose, I was torn between either Smith or Denzel Ward. And I was torn because I feel like a lot of teams are going to run towards Smith. They're going to test him early. But I feel like if I had to choose between Denzel Ward or Roquan Smith, who's going to have the better year, for some reason, something in my gut was saying go with Ward. The reason I went with Ward is because, just like Smith, he's in a division. Well, not just like Smith, but Ward is in a division with Roethlisberger, Flacco, and Dalton. And I know as a rookie corner, they're going to test him early. I know he's going to be on people like AJ Green, Antonio Brown. So if he can stop those guys, he should be able to get some pretty damn good cards. And last but not least, Derwin James. I don't know what it is. It's kind of just like the Van Der Esch. It's more of a gut feeling. Something tells me he's going to do great. I don't really know why, but something in my gut is telling me, or was telling me, go with James. I feel like he's also going to have that one good game where he's going to have maybe even like a pick six or something to be like a game-changing moment and just get that one good card that's going to make everybody want to get him. Now, the rookie premier players were the best way to get a head start in Madden 19 if you did not pre-order the game. If you plan to get the standard edition, those would be the best way to get the head start. Now, if you did pre-order the game, you're going to be able to get a few bonuses along the way. First of which, the Hall of Fame players who to go with. You get to choose Dan Marino or Urlacher or Owens, Woodson, or Davis. Personally, I feel like I'm going to go with Owens. Even though I'm pretty sure they're all going to have like the same overall rating. I'm pretty sure we all know that. That's a pretty safe bet. And Dan Marino, look, huge Dolphin fan. No one, it's no surprise. But I don't like quarterbacks who are not mobile. That's just my feeling. It's just a preference. Davis, I just don't feel it. Urlacher, Owens, and Woodson would be your best choices. And for me personally, I think having that one good receiver on your team early, okay, having a good receiver early is a huge game changer, and that's why I feel like I'm going to go towards Owens. The next little bonus you get is being able to choose one elite player from your favorite NFL team. Now, this is where I think you need to put the biasness away. You know, as a Dolphins fan, I see it's Parker, but when you get a whole list like this, you know, I don't feel I don't feel any kind of type of way about, you know, putting that to the side. Now, I'm pretty sure these players are all going to be like an 80 overall, you know, nerfed version. Now, here's what's interesting. I don't know if you're going to be able to power up these players down the road. If you're going to do any, I don't know if you can do anything to these players to make them better down the road. And if that's true, if these guys are like an 80 overall and there's no chance in any kind of way to be able to upgrade them down the road, then that means in about maybe 2 or 3 months they're going to be completely irrelevant and just, you know, they're going to be backups. So if that's the case, I would say choose someone that could contribute right away. Personally, I would say go defense. Get a defensive end, get a linebacker, get someone that can contribute right away. Because if you cannot power these guys up in any kind of way, not too soon after they're going to be completely irrelevant. And the last little bonus actually has nothing to do with pre-ordering. It just depends on whether or not you've played Madden 16, 17, or 18 in Ultimate Team anyways. And if you have, you'll get these packs. If you played one title, you get one pack. You play 2 titles, you get 2 packs, and so on and so forth. And even if this is your first time playing Ultimate Team, if you at least played Madden 18 in Ultimate Team, you'll get at least one pack which will contain 3 of these guys. Now, from what I've read, I could have read it wrong, but it seems like the fantasy pack will have 3 of these guys available, and you can choose one, of course. I would have preferred if they, you know, the pack showed you all 5 and you can pick which one you want. But from what I recall reading, it said that it's only going to give you 3 options between these 5 guys, and then you make your choice. If that's the case, if I would say your first choice, if he's available, of these 5 guys, the best one I think is Brandon Cooks, just because I'm sure he'll have great speed, and we all know speed kills. All right, Madden will always change certain things down the road in every game. You know, they always want to upgrade, but that will never change. Speed kills. All right, you always want as much speed as possible, especially from the very beginning of the game. The next one I would choose would be Jimmy Graham for the opposite reason. Not so much speed, but, you know, his height. Great red zone threat. Hopefully his catching stats will be good. At least this specific one will have good catching stats in the red zone. Tall, high point the ball up, watch him jump up. If you guys have watched my reviews on receivers and tight ends, you guys know how valuable a tall receiver or tight end is in the red zone. You get a decent quarterback, throw the ball high to someone like Jimmy Graham. He's coming down with that thing, points that way. My next choice would be Zach Brown. Deep, you know, I just mentioned with Brandon Cooks, speed kills. Zach Brown is going to have good speed. We know this already. He's a fast, good linebacker. So if he's available and you want some good defensive players, you got to start with someone like Zach Brown. 83 overall elite player. I would imagine maybe 82, maybe even 83 speed from the very beginning of the game. That's not too bad. Good, fast linebacker can help you, especially in the run game. Next up, I guess, would have to be DeMarcus Lawrence. I'm not a huge DeMarcus Lawrence fan, but I know that if he has a decent rating, you know, I think he could do some decent work, some good pass rushing anyways. And Glover Quinn would be my last choice, just because I'm sure he'll be good, you know, with play recognition, awareness, catching, zone coverage, all that, but I just don't feel the speed is there. I feel like he'll get burned a lot. That's just my opinion. I feel like if I got Glover Quinn, you know, trying to cover deep, and Brandon Cooks right here is on the outside, and he's just burning my corner just down the field, and it's up to Glover Quinn to try and catch him when that ball is thrown, I feel like it's just not going to happen. But that's just my opinion. So in that order: Cooks, Graham, Brown, Lawrence, Quinn, if you had to choose between those guys. So thankfully I will be getting 3 packs, so I'll get 3 choices, so I'm going to come away with 3 of these guys. So hopefully I'll be able to get those top 3 guys, because the 3 I really want are Cooks, Graham, and Brown. I don't really want Lawrence or Quinn, but that's just me. So hopefully I'll be able to come away with all 3 of those guys. But anyways, guys, that's gonna wrap this up. I will see you guys next time. Thank you for watching. Let me know, of course, who did you go with in the rookie premier players? Or should I say, how many of these titles did you play? Did you play all 3? And which of these 5 players do you want on your team? Of course, let me know which of those legends, if you assuming you pre-order the game, which of those legend players are you gonna go with? I told you I'm going with Terrell Owens. Let me know who you're going to go with and why. And I told you why. You always want a good, strong receiver from the get-go. And if you're going to choose from one of the elite players, honestly, that's a crapshoot. You know, it's all preference. I would say go defense, but that's just me. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you boys soon. Peace.